Hello and welcome to Kingdom of the Southern Gate, Miami Changeling the Lost venue. This scene is set at the residence, residence, former residence. Is it former yet? I'm not entirely sure. Of Miss Rose Black. Rocky has arranged to meet her here, partly because, well, they're best friends and they need to talk about some things. But Rocky realized that she'd kind of been making a few assumptions lately, and she really needed to actually put those in words and make sure that she's not going to be SOL because she done fucked up. So that's where this scene starts, is Rocky showing up and coming in on Rose packing her house. Rose.
Rose puts down whatever it is she's working on and runs to the door, lets Rocky in. Hi.
Hi, why is there a moving truck in the driveway?
Yeah, that's what I need to talk to you about. Come on in.
Don't tell me you're just gonna throw my stuff out.
No, 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 no. I have all of your stuff already on the way to the palace.
She looks a little bit surprised as she comes in.
I'm moving in with Lexa and Elias.
She kind of smiles, gives a little nod. Her tiny little frame looking up at you. I was kind of waiting for that.
I'm I'm there all the time. I'm yeah. Uh, I don't like being home alone. I like being home. I like being at their home alone because I know that eventually they're going to come home and I'm going to see them. I come here, nobody's coming through the door. It's just me. And I don't like that anymore.
And she kind of hangs her head sadly, knowing that you're referring to her not being there anymore.
Oh, Rocky, not your fault. You know you're still my best friend. Though we're moving on in different directions, I hope that that never stops.
You say we're moving on in different directions, but from what I've seen, you're sleeping with the king, I'm sleeping with the king. We're pretty much moving in the exact same direction. Just saying.
I mean, you're kind of right.
Well, congratulations on moving in and all that. And so have you actually said, you know,
She gets the biggest smile on her face. The other night, I told Lexa that I love him. And last night, I told Elias that I love him.
oh my God, and she goes and sits down on the coffee table. So tell me what they said, how they reacted. I want to hear this.
Well, okay. Please don't judge me. This is supposed to be a secret, and it better stay a fucking secret, please.
Let's see. Which court keeps secrets? Which court is that? Which one? Which one?
Oh, fuck you, Rocky. Fine. I won't give you any details then.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to make some changes on my wedding plans then.
Oh?
Well, yeah, I had kind of assumed, being my best friend and not keeping secrets, that you were gonna be my maid of honor. But if you don't trust me, then I don't want you to feel obligated to,
Rocky, I'm asking you to keep this between us.
And I haven't heard anything.
Okay. So, I wanted to make Toshi suffer for what he did. I would talk to Elias about it. He gave me a contact. Say a banished gentry masquerading as a lost. He lives on a private island, and I went to see him. And told him that he could have a new pet if he wanted. He showed me his dungeon. I got to make someone experience fear in a way I've never gotten to before. And it was cathartic. It was amazing. And she just like closes her eyes and bites her lip. I got this, and she rifles through her bag and pulls out her whip.
So that's where you got the. Just please be careful dealing with even a banished one because
I know. Look, okay, so I didn't even do anything with him that time, and okay, I know how you're looking at me. Just hear me out, okay? So I he only kissed me, and I don't even remember how I got back to Elias and Lex's house, but I did. But then I noticed I can hear him in my head. Like if I send thoughts to him, if I'm thinking about him and I send thoughts to him, he can hear me, and vice versa. And also, say something that you think is going to make me angry.
you're just a trashy whore.
Eh, that doesn't bother me. You gotta do better than that, Rocky.
You are a worthless, two-timing, lower class, abusive user who doesn't care about anybody but themselves. You feign love and affection towards the people you're supposed to care about, including your best friends and your lovers. You just use them to get what you want, and then you just throw them aside as if they were nothing.
She just blinks. Really, Rocky?
I don't know how to make you. What do I usually do to make you mad?
Hmm. Okay, say something about someone that I care about.
Your best friend is gutter trash.
She she does get a little angry at that, and Rocky can then see the her eye color change to a bright orange, and it burns like fire.
Okay, that's new. I that's that's new.
And then when it's only like that for a few seconds, and then she's back to her normal self. But that's what happens when I get angry. And there's this bitch for that treats him like fucking shit every time that she's mentioned, and her eyes are now glowing every time she's mentioned. I just want nothing more than to go and rip out her fucking throat and feed it to her.
That can be arranged.
Oh, I know. And believe me, it's on my list. But when Lexa talks about her, I get angry and it scares him because of the way that my eyes get. It's a little scary.
I don't know, I think it's a pretty color. Kind of reminds me almost of autumn leaves.
Yeah.
Granted, they kind of look like they're on fire, but it's still, you know.
But anyway, so that was the effects of
A
Me
kiss?
just a kiss, me just being around him. Well, curiosity got the better of me, and Lexa encouraged it. I wanted to know what sex with him would be like. So I went back. And he she kind of like she puts up her arm. He's huge. And anyway, I'm not going to go into detail, but it was rough and it was hard, and he was huge, and I forgot to make sure that I had some goblin fruit afterwards. But while we were doing things, there was some gentlemen. No, they don't deserve to be called that. These fucking filthy little animals that decided they were going to try and force one of the women that were there on her. They were going to try and force her against her will to have sex with them, or at least one of them. Two of them were just his goons. Kay tied him down, beat him up, shouted, and then let me have a turn. I wanted to kill him. I really did. But then I decided making him suffer would be so much more satisfying. So I grabbed him by the throat. He was tied down. I grabbed him by the throat, squeezed just hard enough, and told him that if he ever decided to touch another woman or anyone without their consent again, that I would find him and I would make him suffer in ways he could not even imagine. He would wish he was dead. And then I let him go. After I hit him with my whip here. And then after that, I left. But the funny thing happened was after I left, and I was feeling a little bit like I didn't want to leave. But then as soon as I was out of his presence and on my way out, Lexa came to my mind immediately, and I couldn't wait to see him. We had I showed sides of myself to him that night that I don't show to anybody. He saw me extremely vulnerable, and I had no walls up.
Is that why you guys were having sex everywhere?
That was after the first time.
Oh, okay.
You were already gone after this time. He took care of me, and we shared things with each other, and that's when I really knew that I was extremely in love with that man, and I was ready to admit it. So I told him. And then last night, I finally got some alone time with Elias. We've never spent time alone, and it was really nice. And oh, his voice! I can I can listen to him talk for hours. I know he's always so silent, but I swear when you get that man to talk, oh, just listening to him talk, I swear, is better than sex sometimes.
I will take your word for it.
She smiles. But after listening to him talk and we shared things back and forth, I knew that I loved him too. I love him in a different way than I do Lexa, but it's still love the same, and I want to be with them. So he asked me to move in, and I said yes, and I'm renting out my place. It's funny that the experience with the gentry, instead of tearing me away, the experience drove me closer. to Lexa and Elias. And I don't even really think about Kate anymore. My curiosity has been sated. And I know that if I ever have the need to torture, make people suffer, there are many avenues I can go about doing that. I don't need to go see a gentry. But he helps. He helps. He's an ally. I don't know if I'd use the word ally, but
He's not an
he's
enemy.
right. Others would disagree, I'm sure, but at least that particular one, he's not our enemy.
I'm gonna trust you on that.
Please do. And please don't tell anybody.
I won't.
I only told you because you're my best friend. I don't want us to keep secrets from each other. Not like that. Me having a run in with a true fae like that, I figured you'd be really mad if you found out I didn't tell you.
Yeah, probably. Especially with what I want to ask you while I'm here.
Well, I got your text this morning, so I'm assuming that the contract still went through.
Yeah, the nausea wasn't time lapse from the pregnancy I didn't have. It's for the pregnancy I have. Ash made me take a pregnancy test earlier.
Yes, I saw the picture.
And it was very clearly yes.
Rocky, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, I marriage and kids was not even on my radar.
You and me both.
Lexa told me that he and Elias are not mortally married. They're only fae married. They're just oath bound to each other. I think that was a hint that he might want to marry me. And honestly, Elias said that if I wanted to take the same vows with him that he took with Lexa, he would do that.
It's a pretty powerful vow, and since I have recent experience with it, uh, it can it can be noticeable, even if they don't know that you did it.
She nods.
Like,
Elias said that he wished that I could have his baby. And you know what? Part of me wished that I could too. I've never thought about that before. I never really wanted to be a mother. And now you have a baby, you're gonna have another one. Just
yeah,
I'm scared, Rockie.
it's terrifying. Have this little person. They rely for their every need on you. I'm terrified that I'm gonna screw up, that I won't be a good enough mother, but somewhere in me, I know I have to try. Like, until Devin came into this world, like, even when we rescued the kids from the one we killed recently, when I
Mm-hmm.
ended up this way, I had no intention of being around kids, being a part of those kids' life.
I know, you and me both. We didn't want anything to do with them. Not no part of raising them, nothing.
And now I'm pregnant with a second child. I'm engaged to be married. I'm Faye married to the king of the spring court. It's terrifying. Like, I'm now in a position where if I screw up, it matters.
She'll nod.
You know, being best friends and going and shooting stuff, blowing stuff up, you know, that was easy. That we just had to like not like break anything important. That's pretty much the extent of the rules we had to follow. Now, you know, I have to make sure Devin's not there, that he doesn't get hit with a bullet ricocheting. I have to worry about getting hit myself with a ricochet. You know, I have a few, had a few scars from bullets. Now it's terrifying. It's terrifying to think about somebody other than yourself.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. Oh, I don't even know why I was scared to say I love you before, but after the party on the boat, I haven't had a problem with it.
Interesting.
Talked to a guy, got Ash's memories back, and a pair of high heels, and I haven't had any problems with it since. It was just like a switch or something. Or maybe like a block was gone. I don't know.
Sometimes that happens. I know until I actually said it, I was scared of saying it to Lexa. I I don't know. The words, they have power. And now I'm moving in with the Winter Court King and his consort. I'm in a relationship with them that's probably going to be made public very soon. I'm in almost the same position you are. Everything I do matters. I reflect on them. Even if I don't have an official position in court because I am not Winter, I'm still tied to the Winter King.
Yeah. I'm gonna be talking to William Sarais about something. I remember reading about something, you know, that can take or hold or change your mantle. I don't remember. It was like I'd only caught it briefly shortly after I got back, so it's very much a blur still. But um, I'm hoping to actually make something to hold my mantle during the spring, so that I can embrace the court that I'm gonna be the queen of.
Rose's jaw drops. May I come with you?
Sure, possible we can make two, one for you and one for me, and
I would love to be able to take up the winter mantle during the winter.
just be aware, the components may not be easy to get.
For sure. I don't expect things like that to be easy, but it's something we can do together.
Yeah, together. Speaking of together, the whole reason I asked to talk with you. So you know, I have two now two kids that I'm in my world. Um, I have one thing that well, two of the three things I needed to talk to you about. One of those was each of the kids. I would like you to be their godmother.
So I'm going to be their fairy godmother.
She tries not to smile.
Rose is smiling and laughing a little bit. I would be honored to be your children's godmother. Thank you, Rocky.
Of course, you're my best friend. That's why I have the second request to make of you. What are you doing November 11th?
She pretends to like look at her calendar. She pulls out her phone. That I'm going to be doing something with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just curious because I'm getting married that day, and I would love and be honored to have you as my maid of honor. You're my best friend, and I can't think of anybody else that I would want there with me.
Rose smiles. Her eyes tear up. I would be honored to be your maid of honor as well. And she just scoops up Rocky and hugs her tightly.
And she will hug her back. Like everybody can just pick me up now. Did I like lose 30 pounds or something?
I've always been able to pick your little ass up.
I know, but I used to be taller. I'm pretty sure I used to be taller. A couple inches is a couple inches.
True. That's true.
I probably did lose weight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and weigh myself. I wonder how porcelain's gonna stretch.
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I guess my stretch marks would be more like crack lines. She kind of taps on her belly. You hear that? I'm getting cracked because of you.
I'm sure that you can be repaired.
God, you make me sound like I'm just an incubator now. We'll just repair the incubator, put in new glass wall lining.
No, that's not even what I mean, and you know it.
Oh, I know. But it still sounds that way, kind of. Because I am tink, tink, tink. Kind of not entirely flesh and bone anymore. There's still bone in there, mostly. But when he took out the joints, I lost a bit of bone at each one. But they are articulated, and she kind of spins her arms in ways that they're not supposed to move.
That is really weird for me to watch.
Yeah, I sometimes just sit here like spinning my wrists or my fingers in weird angles because, well, they're articulated to bend in each and every direction. And it's like, it's so creepy.
Yeah. Eh, yeah, you're right. Rocky, I love you as my friend, as my sister. Honestly, you are more like family to me than I've ever had.
I love you too. I only have the one family that I can remember, so you're as much a family as Ash and Devon are.
But please don't even tell Ash about Cade, please.
Tell Ash about what?
You. She gives her another hug.
So
Kisses her on the cheeks.
she's kind of squinting her eyes at you like, was that necessary?
Oh yeah, uh, I mean, Rocky could tell that Rose being in love is just a little much different Rose than she used to be.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Awesome. Now, I want updates all the time on this little one, and she taps her stomach.
Well, I started having morning sickness yesterday.
I noticed. And I thought to myself, if I didn't know any better, I'd think she was pregnant. I guess I was right.
Yeah, well, Ash and I kind of assumed that since Devin was here, the contract had been fulfilled, and it just happened to be that we were having sex when it was the full moon, and I didn't really think much about it. Part of me kind of was doing it just to make sure if he did give up his memories and it was still in effect, that it wasn't wasted, you know? So then suddenly I'm having morning sickness and he's making me take pregnancy tests. And she even pulls it out of her back pocket to look at it again, like to reaffirm. And it's still very much a positive test. Yeah. Um, yeah.
Well, you have me. Even if I'm over in the winter court, you have me.
See, it doesn't matter which court we're living in or staying in. We're still always in the same court.
You're right. We are. We are autumn courts. We'll always have that.
Unless we get these tokens, in which case 2 seasons a year we won't be.
Touche. Touche. But we'll still be friends.
Yes. I wonder how that shift in court will like how it'll affect us though.
I don't even know how that might feel. It will be interesting to say the least.
Because I know even though I was like almost overwhelmed by Ash's mantle when we were first time we had sex, part of me was doing it because I was scared. Is that good? Is that bad?
We're autumn court. We're the embodiment of fear, and we accept our fears. We embrace them. Do you think that I am moving in with the Winter King and his consort because I'm not afraid? I am fucking terrified. But I have to do what's right for me, what makes me happy, what makes them happy. And apparently, I make them very happy. Sometimes I'm not sure why. But,
She gives you a look up and down, and then she looks you in the face and gives you the really kind of look.
look, they like me for more than just my looks.
The looks don't hurt.
I'm sure they don't. They see more than that.
Yeah, they probably see you naked.
Every night.
I don't want to. Nope. We're gonna wash that picture away.
Oh, come on, Rocky. You've seen me naked.
Had a towel on. Oh no, you had soap on. Sudsy. Oh, yeah. Huh.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And I didn't stay in that room long, did I? No, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You got me to get back in the shower and you sat on the counter.
Yeah, but you closed the thing and then you took a towel. I wasn't like sitting there staring at you naked.
I mean, I doesn't wouldn't have bothered me if you did.
And her eyes kind of get wide a little bit, and she has this almost, what kind of person do you take me for? Look.
uh, this is why I love you, Rocky. You're so easy to rile up. Pats her on the top of the head.
Her mouth kind of scrunches up, and
Rose is just grinning as wide as she can.
All right. So, what do you need help with moving? Still packing, loading.
Well, all of the furniture and stuff is staying. I'm leaving it furnished because I don't need it over there. They have fully furnished residents, so there's nowhere to put my stuff. So I'm leaving it furnished and charging a hefty deposit to make sure that it stays nice. And if it doesn't, then I have the money to replace it. So, it's just mainly these few boxes that are right here. And she points out the boxes that are stacked next to the door. But, I mean, the moving guys can get them. We don't have to put them in the truck.
When are they going to be here?
She looks out the door. Now?
Oh, well, then when they're done, let's go grab dinner.
Sounds good. And I think with them, watching the moving guys take everything out and going to dinner, we can pray. All right. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time.